We have a great show for you today, my friends. Oprah Winfrey is in the news again with her candid use of weight loss drugs, the same class that includes Ozempic, and her brand new 2026 book, which is called Enough: Your Health, Your Weight, and What It's Like to Be Free. So I thought this would be absolutely perfect time to take a look at Oprah's brilliant brand strategy, how she built such a successful brand, and how you can potentially copy her playbook to grow your business and your brand in 2026 and beyond. This is Strategic Basics, and I'm Aurora Winter, founder of Same Page Publishing, where we launch thought leaders and build brands. Oprah has built one of the most valuable brands in the world, not by hiding her self-doubt, flaws, or challenges, but actually by shining a spotlight on them. Her brand is so compelling because she's willing to risk being authentic, raw, and vulnerable. For her entire life, Oprah Winfrey has struggled with her weight, and she's been open and candid about it. In this video, I'm going to explore how she created a valuable brand and how you can model her playbook. First, we'll take a peek at her new book, and then we'll look at her overall branding strategy that has led to her superstar success. Here's a couple of key points from the book. Number one, willpower is a myth. Oprah believes that biology drives behavior. But what I thought was interesting about this point is it does apply to your body and your food, but it also applies to life and your business. So don't rely on willpower alone. Instead, create systems and habits that take you where you want to go automatically. Point number two from Oprah's new book, Enough is a strategic definition, not a motivational one. And I thought this was really great to lean into, again, for our bodies, but also for our businesses. So have you defined what is enough in your business? It's so easy to get caught up in the trap of more. But it would be interesting to instead define what is enough. Enough revenue, enough clients, enough difference, enough subscribers on YouTube. Defining enough can be good, and also taking a moment to celebrate the milestones that you've already achieved instead of always looking forward to the things that you have not yet done. And point number three that I wanted to highlight from Oprah's new book is language matters, and that shame keeps people stuck. And this is certainly true in my experience in my business, coaching other people to their greatness, and also self-talk. When we shame ourselves or others, in my experience, that does not produce great results. It keeps people stuck. So let's see if we can speak to ourselves and others with positive, affirming language in 2026 and beyond. All right, enough of her new book. Grab a copy if this interests you. I wanted to dive deeper into building her brand because at Strategic Basics, we love to help you build your brand, your business, and your book. So as you likely know, Oprah was certainly not born with a silver spoon in her mouth. She did not go from a difficult and challenging childhood, and actually an impoverished childhood, to superstar fame because somebody helped her. No, she helped herself. She worked hard, she studied hard, she prayed hard, and she did one more thing absolutely brilliantly, and that made all the difference. And that thing was she cultivated and reinforced her brand. Oprah understood that her brand was valuable, and she never lost sight of that, not as far as I can see. So one of the really unconventional and bold decisions she made is she put her own image on the cover of every single issue of Oprah's O magazine. At the time, that was completely unheard of, but it was genius because building her brand was more important than putting the celebrity du jour's face on the cover. So have you ever considered how much publicity is worth, how much your face is worth? This is one of the reasons why I do this YouTube channel in person. Although who knows, I might try it with an AI animated avatar because my team is so good at that. But getting your face out in public is very, very valuable. Another key thing about Oprah is that, as I said, she was willing to share her struggles, her challenges with weight and with other things. And this allowed her to be congruent and consistent whether the camera was on or off. So when you're authentic, you don't have to remember all the lies, right? So some celebrities have gotten some bad press for behaving quite differently when the cameras are not rolling versus when they are on. So I have a little story about this. Actually, one of my clients, Dr. Tracy Thomas, was in the audience during a taping at Harpo Studios. And when there was a commercial break, Oprah took her Jimmy Choo shoes off, complaining that they were too tight and they were causing her pain. And my client, Dr. Tracy Thomas, said, "I'll take them." And Oprah actually came off the stage and said, "Well, what size are you?" Turned out they were the same size. And she actually handed my client her Jimmy Choo shoes right there, right on the spot. And that's an example of building a brand that is congruent from the inside out. That little moment became a story that my client, Dr. Tracy Thomas, shared multiple times. I'm sharing it with you now. So don't just think about the big moments when the cameras are rolling or when you're shooting a video for YouTube or Instagram or what have you, but also little moments where you show and reveal your congruence with your brand can really make a difference. So in this case, spontaneous generosity became the story that people shared. It wasn't scripted, but it was consistent with her brand promise, which is generosity, authenticity, and asking for what you want. So what is your brand promise? What do you stand for? This is something I really get into in depth in my book, Turn Words into Wealth. So there's a bunch of questions in there if you want to take a deeper dive. But let's get this video continuing to share about Oprah. So consistency equals trust, and trust equals premium pricing. So are you the same person in client meetings, on LinkedIn, at conferences? Trust really matters. Business moves at the speed of trust. So luxury brands, like a Rolex, for example, operate consistently. So a Rolex operates the same way whether it's bought in Tokyo or in New York. Hermes treats you the same way whether you're buying a silk scarf or a Birkin handbag. Now, I'm not saying that your business has to have a brand like Rolex or Hermes, but I'm saying that it is valuable in 2026 and beyond to make sure that your business is not considered to be a commodity. So commodity is when everything is the same, like milk or wheat or steel. Oprah is certainly not a commodity. She's one of the few people that can just go by the first name, like Madonna. You know who Oprah is. So a brand is a story. A brand is not a logo. Your brand is the story, or a collection of stories that people share about you. In a way, a brand is a conversation. So your brand is the story of your customers. It's the story of the problems that you solve. It's the story of the transformative results that you create. It's the origin story of why you launched your business. And it's the story of why you do what you do, why it matters to you. As author Simon Sinek so famously put it, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So your brand is what you stand for. What do you stand for? Your brand is a promise, like Coca-Cola's It's the Real Thing, or it's an invitation or a challenge, like Nike's Just Do It. But here's the 2026 update. In the age of AI, we have to be careful about how we build our brands now that we have all these AI tools, which can be wonderful or can be a problem and create generic drivel. So AI can be used very well to leverage what you're up to. ChatGPT can help you, Canva, Sora 2, but here's what we want to lean into. Your 4 human superpowers, which are your stories, your unique taste and style, your leadership and coaching skill, and your presence. So those 4 human superpowers: stories, style, leadership, and presence. We want to use AI. If you use AI, you want to use them to amplify your 4 human superpowers, not replace them, which means first you need to clarify and claim your brand promise. You need to clarify and claim your stories, style, leadership, and presence, because that is your brand. And again, if you don't have a brand, then you're in a commodity business like milk or wheat or steel. And without a clear, powerful brand, unfortunately, the lowest price always wins. Your business becomes vulnerable to hungrier, smarter, faster competitors like China or like AI. And here's the interesting paradox. Even though your brand is one of your most valuable assets, you don't own it. Your brand lives in the mind of the marketplace. Because bottom line, you can't force people to think the way you want them to. You can only earn their trust through consistency or destroy it through contradiction. Bill Cosby proved this brutally. His wholesome family man brand collapsed overnight when accusations surfaced. Decades of goodwill evaporated in a second, and no amount of advertising or PR spin could ever reclaim that pristine image. His once wholesome brand was completely destroyed. On the other hand, we've got Oprah. She is a brilliant example of patiently building an authentic brand over decades. The lesson here is not that brands are fragile, it's that authenticity is non-negotiable. Your brand is a promise that you keep and a story that spreads. I'm Aurora Winter, author of Turn Words into Wealth and founder of Same Page Publishing, where we launch thought leaders and build powerful brands. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video that will help you build a valuable business, book, and brand this year. I'll see you on the next video.